Big Island residents and businesses can expect alerts to conserve energy through mid-April as several power generators are offline for repairs. Hawaiian Electric says it's because many of their units are 30 to 50 years old. Joining us now to talk story about what can be done is Hawaii's House of Representatives Energy Chair, Representative Nicole Loewen. Aloha and good morning, Representative. Thank you so much for stopping by with us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So I just want to set the table for our viewers who might not live on Hawaii Island that Hawaii Island residential customers, they pay 48 cents per kilowatt hour, which is 3 times the national average. It's 10 cents more than Kauai. So they're paying a lot of money and they're dealing with these potential blackouts and energy conservations. And HECO's largest generator is Hamakua Energy. It's undergoing maintenance. That one is responsible for 1/3 of the island's total energy output. Do you feel like the PUC and HECO are doing enough to make sure that this is maintained and providing power consistently for customers?
At this point, no, I don't, because you mentioned Hamakua Energy Partners is undergoing maintenance, but I would stress it's unplanned maintenance. They had, sort of a breakdown. There's planned maintenance that the utility can plan around, but this is unplanned outage. It's 60 megawatts, which is almost 1/3 of the island's entire, grid demand, and they, it puts the reliability really highly at risk.
What do you think can be done to increase reliability on the Big Island?
Well, I mean, having a 60 megawatt generator down is pretty unacceptable. So, that really cuts into the reserve margin. And in addition to that, Helco has some of their own generators offline. I think just continuing, to me, it's really upgrading and updating those resources and, continuing to build out renewables with the understanding that we need to have, firm, flexible renewables to balance that out. But, the intermittency of renewable energy is well understood, and it's the job of the utility to plan around that. And they failed to do that. So, the amount of intermittent renewables on the grid on Hawaii Island is not that high, but people are really quick to blame renewables. But in this case, and in the recent outages too, the issue is not with renewables. The issue is with failures and failed to properly maintain the firm power generators.
Now, what we're seeing with renewables is costs are going down. The latest was in Waikoloa last year. The first large-scale solar and battery operation was opened in Waikoloa. There are 4 more in the pipeline right now on Hawaii Island, slated to open by the end of the decade. And that's being sold to Hawaiian Electric at 9 cents a kilowatt hour, which is just an extremely inexpensive price. How important do you think it is to keep these on time and on schedule to make sure that they do open by the end of the decade so that Hawaii Island customers can have those renewable options within the power grid?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think building out renewables, which are cheaper, is really important. So you want to max that out, but you also need to balance it. You can kind of overbuild renewables because it'll provide the daytime power, but knowing that you'll still need also firm renewable resources to balance that out. But I think bringing those online is super important, because the more renewables you can rely on, the cheaper the cost will be. Or, the cheaper renewables, in any case, the cheaper the cost will be for customers. And right now, those cheaper costs are with utility scale solar.
Yeah, it's one of the firm renewables, Puna Geothermal Venture. They have been approved to increase energy output to 46 megawatts. That's an increase of 8 megawatts. This is being explored on Maui County with the state to provide more as far as geothermal ventures. Do you feel like this should be explored more, and do you feel like this should be expanded on Hawaii Island?
Absolutely, but it's not really a short-term solution. And right now, actually, PGV is struggling to meet what they're under contract to provide right now, because they're, having to drill new wells and figure out things. I think still kind of coming back from the lava flow back in whenever that was, 2019. So, I mean, I think figuring out how we can use our local resources like geothermal in a way that, the community is on board with, et cetera, is really, potentially one of the keys to the future here, and really bringing down energy prices for residents, because we won't have to rely on imports that are more expensive and, have volatile pricing that you can't count on. But, it's easier said than done too. So I think in the short term, it will still take a while to expand geothermal resources. And in the short term, we need to continue to bring online, the solar projects that are in the pipeline, and then make sure that Hawaiian Electric is taking care of their job to provide reliability and keep their equipment maintained properly.
All right, State Representative Nicole Lowen, who is the state's energy chair. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Have a good
Aloha.
day. Aloha.